Welcome to this very special discussion. Advantage Assam 2.0, the Investment and Infrastructure Summit has caught everybody's attention. In fact, it has caught global attention this time round. 7 partner countries, another 11 countries participating. Prime Minister of Bhutan, ministers from Singapore and Japan, billionaires Mukesh Ambani, GAUTAM Adani, Metal King Anil Agarwal of Vedanta Group, Tata Group Chairman N. Chandrasekaran, Director of SR Capital Prashant Ruya. These are some of the big names who would be attending the mega 2-day Advantage Assam 2.0 Global Investment and Infrastructure Summit to be held in Guwahati on February 25th, 26th. Of course, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who will be inaugurating the summit. The size of the venue, it would spread across 291,895 square feet. The inaugural hall, named after the mighty Brahmaputra, will have a capacity of 2,200 plus. 20 thematic sessions will be held. Needless to say, the summit will be teeming with some of the leading minds, domain experts, and industry leaders from all over. Now, how will a summit of this scale and magnitude transform the economic and industrial landscape of Assam? How will it change or impact the industries, youths, and the MSME sector of the state? How much will this summit contribute to job creation and accelerate growth? To talk about all these and what to expect from this mega event, I have with me Mr. MAHESH SAHARIA, Chairman ICC Northeast. He is also the founder chairman of Center for Promotion of India-China Cooperation, joining me from Kolkata. With me in the studio here, I have Professor GAUTAM BARUA, former director, IIIT Guwahati. Mr. BIDYANANDA BARKAKOTY, advisor, Northeastern Tea Association and former vice chairman, Tea Board India. And also with me this evening in the studio here in Guwahati is Mr. BHASKAR KAKOTY, founder and director of Free Power Technology. He is also the director at FINA, the leading industry body of Northeast. Gentlemen, welcome to this very special discussion ahead of the mega event Advantage Assam 2.0. Mr. Saharia, I would like to go first to you. The size and scale, the names who would be attending the summit, the global participation. This is a first, not just for Assam, but for the entire Northeast.
Northeast Live team for inviting me today to join the panel, and I would like to compliment and greet my fellow panelists also and look forward to a very positive, lively discussion. You mentioned the size of the and other details. I would like to submit that I have been used to conducting many such events in past, and also as a chairperson of ICC, conducted various Northeast Business Summit. The listeners and audience will be surprised that the first Northeast Business Summit, which started a few years, almost 22 decades back, opened up the mobility and mobile phone operations in the Northeast, which was available in India, but not. Since then, we have moved. It is a part of the history, but we need to go through the history. And talking about history, starting of the Barauni refinery and moving the crude oil from here to Barauni was one of the most important setbacks to the Northeast and to Assam. We have come a long way since then. I believe the Subject matter today, advantage Assam 2, will certainly be a great game changer for the state and the Northeast. I will go a little forward when we conclude to say that this would be a precursor to Viksit Assam, which again will be precursor to Viksit India, which we plan to do in 1947. I compliment Honorable Chief Minister Hemant Biswa Sarma Danguria to have conceived and executed in the manner that he has. In my little interactions with him on few occasions, I found that every time he decides the outcome, and then the way he moves forward, he has to deliver the outcome that is there.
Yes.
Similarly, he has done it in this way. Now, being in Assam, naturally our focus would be from Southeast Asia and South Asia connectivity point. When we look into the attendance also, we find among the partners who are participating as well as who are partners, Bhutan is an immediate neighbor, Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia among ASEAN countries, Japan, Korea and Australia as our Act East policy. Australia and Japan also among 4 quadrilateral countries. So the present, this one has been decided, and this the entire summit has been decided and worked out in ministerial sessions and thematic sessions.
Right.
The thematic sessions which have been introduced are such which we could not have thought of earlier, and even till today, what the organizers, the Chief Minister and the team has brought in, one who could not have imagined that Assam or the Northeast could have been thinking about such kind of theme. Infrastructure development has always been there, but the part of the kind of infrastructure we are thinking now of exportable, how to develop exports and to make infrastructure possible for exports. This is speaking about aerospace and defense manufacturing. This is something non-conceivable any time of this thing, and we are now thinking about it. Semiconductors, which has already been started by Tatas, this is a beginning for what we are looking forward to, and this would just be a step forward to renewable energy and hydrocarbon. This is a sector which, again, something which is got a lot of focus, lot of opportunities. When we were talking about energizing Northeast, we did find some time back that if you energize Northeast, it is almost like energizing India. We have that kind of capacity to do it.
Yes.
So we have drawn out, I'm just making some opening remarks and come to your specific point of this one.
Yes.
That these are the points which makes this particular event a very important one.
Right.
As a precursor to the event, what the government has done, they have opened up Assam Startup Innovative Policy of 2025.
Right.
It is again remarkable. Aerospace and Defense Manufacturing Policy 2025. This is a precursor to the entire event, to how we are going to achieve what we are going to do.
Right.
So I look forward to the entire sessions, this thing, and I look forward to today's discussion more in details as we go forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would like to come back to the studios here to Professor Barua first. Absolutely no denying Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, he is absolutely clear about what he exactly wants, and he has his vision clear, his goal is set, he knows what his target is, and he is clearly working towards that. what his target is, he wants a Bikokita Ahom. Viksit Assam is his goal, and he is absolutely working towards that. As far as this particular summit is concerned, this seems to be yet another initiative of the Assam Chief Minister towards that goal. What do you think? Because even before the summit begins, Assam is already known to some of the global leaders already. Many of the global companies and industries are already talking about Assam. So will this summit transform Assam as the next investment destination?
Yeah, well, let us hope that it will be a success. I don't think that we can expect suddenly to become the leading investment destination in India, but definitely the kind of homework that has already been done, I feel that this summit is going to meet with a lot of success. As has already been mentioned, there were road shows in the last 2 months in all the major cities in India to begin with, and also in the East, in Singapore, Japan, and the Chief Minister himself having gone to these places. So that initial work, I think, is going to pay dividends as in terms of the results. The second thing I want to mention is that there have been initiatives to try and attract investment, but I think we have reached a point where things are getting put into place. One of the issues have always been about infrastructure, but now if you look at it, a new airport is coming up, the road network has become much better than before, the rail network with double line and electrification, all of these things, and even Guwahati, where land has been an issue because we are surrounded by hills, the building of 2 to 3 bridges is going to open up North Guwahati and make it part of the city, and this is going to, I think, play a big role in expanding the city and therefore make it more attractive for investors to come in here.
Right. Yes, we will talk more about the whole infrastructure development and everything else, and making Assam a more investment friendly state. Mr. Barkakotty, as an industry veteran, what are your expectations from the summit?
Yeah, I'm very excited with the Advantage Assam 2.0, and being a team man, I'm more excited because on 24th of February there will be celebration of 200 glorious years of Assam tea, along with the grand Jhumur dance, and that too in presence of our Honorable Prime Minister. So from my bottom of my heart, I thank our Honorable Chief Minister for organizing this event, which though the Advantage Assam will start from 25th and 26th, but on a day before, it was a great thought to celebrate 200 years of Assam tea with the great Jhumur dance. And secondly, regarding Advantage Assam, see, all states organize these kind of events, and investment summit. Every state in India they organize. So we cannot be left behind. We have to market ourselves.
Yes.
So there are 3 parts. First part is that pre-event homework. So I think that has been done exceptionally well by our Chief Minister. He has traveled across the countries. He has done huge traveling in spite of his other busy schedules.
He went abroad as well,
yes,
Singapore, Japan,
Japan,
Korea,
and every many countries.
Yes.
And one, I think one very good thing what he has done is that the travel advisories for many countries, that has to be corrected first.
Right.
If the travel advisory of many countries say that going to Assam is not safe, then no investors will come. So that is a very smart move, I would say, from our Honorable Chief Minister. So part A, that is pre-work, I mean the homework before the event is done beautifully. And now second part is the during the event. I am sure it will be a grand show on 24th, 25th and 26th. And the third part is post-event. That is the most crucial part.
Right.
So, in post event also we have two things. One, we have to see that in the past we have seen a lot of unscrupulous people have taken lot of transport subsidy, etc., and it has not really helped our state. And second is that it should be seamless, both things.
Right.
One, we should not allow the unscrupulous to take people to take advantage. Secondly, those who are really have come here, they should not be they should not go from door to door and to get the whatever is mentioned in the scheme guidelines.
Yes.
So that implementation of the scheme guidelines is the most crucial part, and that should be seamless. And I hope with the, because I know a lot of right from the Chief Secretary and many other officers, as we work closely with the government and with the with our dynamic Chief Minister in the chair.
Yeah.
And I am confident that this time it will be very seamless, because if that is not seamless, then the industry is in spite of doing
the pain points continue.
I mean signing lot of MOUs also. In fact, that may not happen also. So that we have to
for
be
things
very
to
cautious,
translate, a lot of things required. The ecosystem is required. I will come to Mr. Bhaskar Katokee, but we have to go for a very short break. Please don't go anywhere. The discussion continues. Welcome back to this very special discussion ahead of Advantage Assam 2.0. I would like to go across to Mr. Bhaskar Kakotty. Two big MOUs are slated to be signed with Singapore and Japan. Will it be prudent for us to expect big ticket investments to take place right away? And how do you look at this summit? Do you think this will completely change the economic and industrial landscape of Assam?
Thank you, Northeast, and thank you, Oineetom, for making me part of it. I'm hopeful, and reason is that the preparation, as has been told by my previous, has been very right way, and the very approach is very good. And the Chief Minister himself is leading from the front, and I have seen, being a part of one of the organizing committee also, there's been tirelessly working people, leaving no stone unturned. So the preparation part is good, and at the same time I will say the backdrop. We already have a scheme running on that is called Uttarpur Transformation Industrial Policy, which is called Unnati 2024. So there has been environment created already for industrial development. So in this backdrop, this was required. In fact, we have taken a long gap since 2018 was the first Advantage Assam, and now at 2025 we are having that 2.0.
Yes.
I'm hopeful that in terms of preparation, I'm sure it's going to be very good. And I will say, I would like to compare with the fourth P of marketing. There are 4 P's of marketing, which is called price, product, and place and promotion. This is promotion. So we have done very good in the promotion, but the follow-up action, which will be very important. I am hopeful. You have mentioned about the 2 MOU. There will be 2, not 2. There will be maybe multiple.
Absolutely.
It's not the number of MOU which will. MOU is just the beginning of something.
Yes.
So there has to be a follow-up action. Follow-up action, and from our government, from our society, and that system has to be changed. The internal house, like what I am trying to say is that our ecosystem. So the work culture is very important. Say like tomorrow, a company from Singapore has signed an MOU here, and from the MOU to the point of investment, there will be a process. It's not a, it's a process. That process will have a lot of steps and a lot of encounters with different departments of our government, different officials of different departments. So everybody has to be aligned. If we fail on this alignment, everybody's goal has to be aligned to that key. We are welcoming investment here. So it's not like a normal thing. There has to be I would like to suggest that there should be a different department only handling this, which will have a single window, which is already been, this concept is already there, but it's to be activated very first and should be monitored continuously to make it happen, because growth and investment is a long process, and it's not a one day, one paper, one document will not ensure. Once it happens, like I will say the semiconductor industry, the Tata has signed, and that is like in a driver's seat now. Because of that, everybody is talking, okay, if Tata is going, there's a confidence building on the other industries. So similarly, what will happen, there will be some other players which will also come for ancillary industries, who can be tied up with our MSMEs of local. So actually those, everybody has to feel the same support, get the same support from our system. So that is very important for the days to, that challenge is there.
True.
I feel, otherwise I am hopeful, I am confident, and that this is going to change it will really going to be a game changer for the days to come for industry and companies.
Yes. Professor Barua, would like to come back to you. We are seeing a clear shift in the focus sectors. Moving away from the traditional oil, tea, tourism, we have something very interesting like fragrances and flavors, food and beverages. Of course, there's aerospace and semiconductors, mobility and logistics. Some of very offbeat kind of sectors that the government is focusing this time round. What is your take? What do you have to say? This clear shift from the traditional sectors. How is this going to kind of benefit the industries in Assam and the region, the entire northeast, and the people of the state?
Yes, I think the change in focus has been due, and I would like to talk about the food processing part first.
Right.
The food processing is a very important industry, because it's going to affect the rural folks and whose income we need to increase in order for the Assamese economy to grow. And there are a lot of scope in food processing. So many fruits are there, pineapple, bananas. We can have food processing units for them, potatoes. Then there is another thing, the pork. Pork is something which is consumed and grown, and piggeries are there all over the state. I think there is tremendous scope for processing these pork, and especially because if I look at it, we're talking about Singapore, we're talking about Japan, South Korea. There's likely to be a huge market for processed pork there too. And so if we can entice investors, say that you come and set up a pork processing plant here, and you can export the goods to your country. And I think that kind of a thought process might have been there. And of course, in food processing, this is a long-standing thing. We need these cold storage units to be there all over the place, because these are all perishable goods. And due to shortage of time, I just want to focus on one more point. It's a clever one. This is aerospace and defense. Actually, the focus is more on defense. Why? Because the Northeast is the biggest consumer of defense, because so many soldiers and jawans are there in the border. It's a huge border, China border, Bangladesh border, and Burma border, and therefore it makes sense to have the factories making the shells
absolutely
near where the soldiers are going to be there.
True,
it's
and
a very good point.
Hopefully very soon Assam will also have the defense corridor, the third in the country after UP and Tamil Nadu. Now, gentlemen, very few minutes left for the discussion to close, because we have live bulletins coming up very soon. Finally, closing comments from each one of you. Mr. Barkakotty, first to you. What are your expectations? Of course, the Assam Chief Minister has a very robust vision as far as the growth of Assam is concerned. He is looking at doubling the state's economy to $143 billion by 2030. This particular summit will act as a catalyst?
Yeah, my expectation is one is that a separate banking policy for Northeast. In fact, the thought process has already started by our Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji, when Sri Amit Shah ji visited a banking conclave here in Northeast. So that process has already started. We have also started giving our feedback. So, in Advantage Assam, if not the whole policy, but if some framework is declared, that for that I am hopeful that then separate banking policy for Northeast, that is one.
Right.
And secondly, what you said about the fragrance, actually that what we call agar wood, no?
Yes.
So agar oil and all. So I think our Honorable Chief Minister has focused on that particular area, and I can see huge potential of this business coming up, because it will be now a very legal business, and I think the our lot of people can farmers and local economy can grow, and even the state will get a huge revenue from this
Right.
one sector. And regarding export, this is our golden opportunity that we in Northeast, in Assam, we produce more than 50% of our country's tea, and this is the good opportunity when we have there is an export conclave which will be addressed by our Honorable
Right.
Commerce and Industry Minister.
Yes.
So, if Assam should be the hub of tea exports, and we all need to put our mind how to make it
Absolutely, absolutely. Quickly, 20 seconds to you, Mr. Kakotty, Bhaskar Kakotty, your expectations.
Yeah, my expectation is that there should be equal focus on service sector and the industry, because the service sector will create more employment, that is like tourism, hospitality. Then I also would like to continue with Mr. Kakotty has said that tea sector need investment. The investment in renewable energy in the tea industry can bring their energy cost to more than 50% down, which will help the tea industry to up, and tea is our pride. So tea industry should get more focus on investment.
Yeah.
So I think I look forward very positively
Yes.
in the industry.
Yes, in fact, the summit will also be discussing a lot about renewable energy, hydrocarbon, something that even Prime Minister Modi is focusing on. But before we close, Mr. Saharia, would like to hear from you. What are you expecting from the summit, and where do you see Assam post the summit? Please keep it brief.
We have had many summits. It has not turned out to be very positive at the end of the summit. But the way this particular summit has been organized, it gives me quite a lot of confidence that this time whatever MOUs will be signed and whatever decisions will be taken will be delivered. And it gives me the kind of exercise which has been done, the pains which have been taken and organized the way it has been done. It almost, this kind of confidence reminds me of one of the quotes, कि खुद को बुलंद कर इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से पूछे तेरी तकदीर क्या है. So that is the kind of thing that we have made ourselves so strong at this particular moment for the holding it. If we continue to follow up on this, I'm sure this one will be a game changer for not only Assam, Northeast, but it will be a precursor for India.
All right, on that very positive note, we'll have to close this special discussion ahead of Advantage Assam 2.0. We are absolutely sure that this is going to be a game changer as far as Assam is concerned. Not just Assam, it will have a lot of impact on the lives, industry, youth and people of Northeast as well. And viewers, we will continue. We, Northeast Live, will continue to bring you all the latest updates and news as far as Advantage Assam is concerned. We will be live from the venue of Advantage Assam 2.0. Thank you all. Thank you, my dear panelists, for joining me this evening, sparing your time and being part of this special discussion. Thank you, viewers, one more time. Keep watching Northeast Live. Up next is Art Ki Baat with my colleague Rashmi.